The celebratory day of May the 4th can be tracked back all the way to 1979, being used in Great Britain to celebrate Margaret Thatcher of all people, and continued to pop up here and there. It was mainly carried by fans, but in 2011 the first ever official Star Wars Day celebration took place in Canada. From then on, and with Lucasfilm's acquisition by Disney, annual celebrations have been hosted, but to find Lego's involvement we have to go back to the first one in 2011. If you purchase Star Wars sets worth more than $50 during either May 3rd or 4th of that year, Lego also included the Shadow Arf Trooper polybag. 13 years ago, this was neither the first Star Wars polybag ever, nor the first to include a minifigure, but safe to say it wasn't nearly as common as it became in the following years. The Shadow Arf Trooper was a Legends variant of the regular Arf Trooper that appeared earlier that year in the Clone Trooper Battle Pack, and had another version in 2012 as part of the Elite Clone Trooper and Commander Droid Battle Pack. Nowadays, the figure on its own goes for about $300 to $350 and the polybag in sealed condition also sits at around $350. The design of the polybag was adjacent to the box art of 2011, featuring the blue banner as well as early Clone Wars Captain Rex. 2012 shifted the dates by one day, giving away its May 4th promo on the 4th and 5th of May, celebrating May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th. That promo was one of the few Chrome figures we've ever gotten, TC-14. TC-14 is, unlike the Shadow Arf Trooper, a canon character originally appearing in The Phantom Menace. The threshold was raised to $75, and currently this set and minifigure will set you back around $90 if you want to get it on the aftermarket. Nowadays, both these polybags are still regarded as some of the best Star Wars polybags ever, which is why 2013's promo was so disappointing. In 2013, Lego's May 4th promo was Hoth Han Solo. While the previous 2 years graced us with figures of characters that aren't as popular, but still fantastic to have, 2013 gave us a simple Han Solo variant. Now, you could argue that a rare Han Solo variant is cool, and I would agree, like I would love a Battlefront 2 Han Solo, but almost this exact same figure appeared 3 years later in the Hoth Attack. Don't get me wrong, it's cool set, I have it, but it just discredits the original figure even more. To make up for 2013 though, Lego entered 2014 with what many consider to be the best May 4th promo ever, Darth Revan. In line with 2014's beautiful box art, this polybag features one of the most renowned Sith ever. It's a return to what May 4th promo should be, an odd but desirable item. The fact that the figure looked great as well is of course another plus, and by the way, thanks to my friend for lending me this figure, really appreciate it. It's probably one of the best polybags we've ever gotten, which reflects in the price since it's going for a cool $200 to $250 nowadays. It got everyone's hopes up once again for future Star Wars Day gifts, and even though 2015's promo couldn't live up to its predecessor, Admiral Yularen was still a nice figure. The minifig was a nice inclusion for every fan of Clone Wars and Rebels, and is one I wouldn't mind owning, but I'm not paying the $60 it costs nowadays.
Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
2016 shit the bed. I don't know how else to say it. 2013's promo wasn't great, but 2016 took it to a whole nother level. It was a heavy First Order Stormtrooper with the only distinguishment from the Battle Pack version being this little chest pouch. This sunk the ship for May 4th minifig promos, causing massive outrage and disappointment among the fans. Lego then thought, how could we get fans back on our side? They love exclusive, odd but lovable characters that are not just something you can find in any set. Yeah, I got an idea. And then proceeded to release these two motherfuckers in 2017 and 2018. I think everyone will collectively agree that these are the worst May 4th promos we've ever gotten. These buildable characters were literally nothing anyone wanted. They aren't minifigures, first up, and they pale in comparison to their bigger and better counterparts. So just like 2016, 2017 and 2018 were big letdowns for fans of exclusive May 4th promos, and thankfully Lego did better with 2019's gift with purchase. 2019 saw Lego Star Wars 20th anniversary. For this big event, Lego rehashed a bunch of old sets into modern, updated versions like the Slave 1 or the Snowspeeder. To accommodate May 4th, Lego decided to rewrite the whole script and release something they hadn't done before for Star Wars Day, that being a vignette, specifically the Battle of Hoth. Utilizing snot techniques, Lego actually made a pretty solid promo after 4 long years of waiting. It wasn't what fans had hoped for, but at least it was an improvement over the previous few years. Lego saw this relatively positive response and actually made another vignette that same year, this time for Triple Fourth Friday, which went down in October. That one was less well received, but Lego put their pen back to it with 2020's Death Star 2 battle. They didn't quite succeed in their efforts, many agree that this was the weakest of all the vignettes, and even 4 years after the last one, the loss of exclusive minifig promos still left a bitter taste in fans' mouths. 2021 came back with the last vignette we'd ever get, but at least it was a good one. The Tatooine homestead is generally considered to be the best of the vignettes and was a worthy send-off going into the next year. The year of 2022 comes around, and rumors start to spread about a new promo, one including a minifigure. But not just that, the promo apparently was going to be a build we haven't seen before featuring a minifigure. May 4th arrived, and we actually got the last family homestead kitchen, featuring Beru Las. Fans rejoiced around the set. Sure, it wasn't as cool of a figure as some of the first had been, but it was a step in the right direction, back to actual good promos. It was a figure we'd never seen before that remained exclusive to the set even 2 years later with a more than decent build. In addition to the main gift, we also received our first gimmick gift with purchase, that being the Mandalorian Beskar keychain, which would start a trend continuing until now. Everyone thought that May 4 promos were on the rise again, but 2023 brought the hammer down really quick. Last year's promos consisted of a microscale Death Star and a Return of the Jedi 40th collectible coin. Now this was disappointing. Once again we were spared any figures and instead got some non-Lego related stuff that, let's be real here, no one was going to display. This was a gut punch and stomped the excitement for any future Star Wars Day promos. Enter 2024 and Lego has released one of the most divisive May 4th promos so far, the Trade Federation Troop Carrier. You may rightfully ask, why is this a divisive set? Is it a good set? Absolutely, and there lies the problem. Many people argue that this promo should have been a regular set, retailing for somewhere in between $20 to $30. It doesn't feel like a May 4th promo, and I'm divided on that myself. I like it, but should we have gotten a minifigure Poly back? Maybe. Why are we still getting gimmicks like this coin? Man, I don't even fucking know. And I think that is a good verdict to make from this whole story. Lego's May 4th celebration have a very difficult history with ups and downs and a whole lot of complaining.